Welcome back to Living 757. You know that at this time of the season, the holiday season, it's a time for celebration, to be full of happiness. But also, we see a lot of people moving around and hitting the road to see family and friends. Unfortunately, we also see a lot of accidents. And today, we're going to be talking about how can we prevent these and how we can be safe for ourselves and for also our loved ones. And we're going to invite Brad Huffman from Huffman and Huffman Brothers in Law. Welcome.
Welcome back.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
The most well-dressed lawyer of
Yes,
all time.
we love it.
I love it, man. Your sock game is always good, and this is the closest I can get to having a good sock game. So,
tell you,
got my pants sticking out the back.
I tried to outdo you, but I
I
do it
think
this
today
time.
you lost.
You did it.
Yes, I think today he's the winner. Well, Brad, we are talking about the holiday seasons, and that's when we see more drivers, visiting family and friends. And unfortunately, we also have more accidents. What we can do to prevent ourselves and our loved ones during these holiday seasons?
Sure. Number one is don't drive distracted.
Yeah.
I see it all the time. People on the phone, texting or calling, it just leads to a lot of accidents. It's just not worth it.
Yeah.
It's awful. This time of year, you have people out on the road sometimes that have had a little bit too much to drink, so you want to be careful about that. If you've had some alcohol, you want to call a taxi or have somebody come get you. You don't want to take that chance, that risk.
And not just that, because we see people go long distances sometimes and they go to hit the road tired. Do we have any law that had changed the game for 2025? Do we have any new rules?
Well, we do have some new rules with insurance, auto insurance, if you're referring to that.
Yes, yes.
And we have some really good changes in the law. For the last 50 years, the minimum insurance that Virginia required was $25,000. Right. And that may seem like a lot, but if you've been in a bad accident, you've got a lot of injuries, your medical bills can exceed that. So it really was not enough. It had been that way, like I say, for 50 years.
Oh,
50 years ago, the hospital bill was $1,000. Today, it might average
$100,000.
Yeah, it'd be, a lot of money.
Yeah.
So, the legislature's done something about that, and we now have a minimum required insurance coverage of $50,000.
Wow.
That's twice the amount. That goes into effect January
next year.
Of 25, yes, in another month. The other thing is that Virginia changed is that we can now add our insurance coverage to the defendant's insurance coverage. So if the defendant had 50 and you had 50, before now you could only get their 50. You couldn't get your 50. But now you can add your 50 to the defendant's 50 if you follow that. So now you have 100.
So we can combine both auto insurance coverage.
Exactly. You combine the two. And until recently, you could not do that unless you had more than the other driver.
Okay, well,
it's a big change.
Well, then that answers my question. So I'll just go to something else then. So here's a couple of scenarios, right? Just based on how typical people here in this country will be a little selfish during Christmas time. Patricia, I'll use her as an example because this is true. She is setting new goals for herself, of course, in 2025.
Like everybody else.
Yes. We know that she loves high heels, but now she wants to buy a new pair of high heels for each and every show. That's like a possible 50 to 52 shows a year. 56.
I already made the math.
Okay, so that's a lot of shows. But she doesn't want to have any repeats, so she's foregoing her bills. And of course, if she's foregoing her bills, she's foregoing the new minimums of the insurance premiums. Is that Christmassy?
Well, Amelia Marcos, I would not recommend that you do that. Yeah, I mean, insurance is too important.
I know it's important.
Right. But if you insure the shoes, then maybe.
There you go.
Maybe every
Did
other.
I combine shoes and auto insurance? No, we just joking.
Okay.
If you get it every other show, then you can afford the insurance.
See,
maybe.
there you go.
All right, so
now
now
a nice compromise.
I have another quick scenario from Quincy. Now, Quincy's trying to do everything to not getting older, but now he wants to get a new 2025 Corvette. You already have one, but you want the new one, the last edition. Now, the car is a little bit pricey already.
Yes.
And I know he can afford it, but do you think that he can
don't know
afford
that.
it? Yes, I know that. The premiums, because our insurance is going to be, so what Quincy should do on this occasion?
Oh, I'd get the Corvette, Quincy.
Oh my God.
I appreciate it. Just go ahead and be bad, right?
Oh my God. Well, this is a
But
quick
of course,
scenario.
it's not the right thing.
Some things are too important. No, yeah.
We're just trying to make short scenarios, but yes, it's very important, the new rules that is going to be implemented on
Right.
January
And then, of course,
25.
who should people call if they are in an accident?
Well, give us a call. I mean, that's what we do. That's all we do. And we can give you advice. It doesn't cost anything to give us a call. We can give you whatever advice you need to help you with that.
Okay.
Yes, call Huffman and Huffman Brothers-in-Law.
Thank
Yes.
you. But take
Brothers in
advantage of that new insurance.
I was
Yes.
about to
I mean,
say
you've
that.
got to do
yes.
that.
I was
Yeah.
about to say that
Yeah.
really quick. Like, I don't think a lot of people maybe have this info, like I combine both auto insurance coverage. That is amazing.
wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Awesome.
this
Well,
great
thank
news.
you again.
Yeah, thanks for
and
having me.
Yeah.